The University of Kentucky has always been one of the most prestigious basketball universities in the entire country. I mean, the entire state lives for Kentucky basketball. But the past couple of seasons have been what many fans would call down years or disappointments for the Wildcats. Because Kentucky has failed to reach an Elite Eight since 2019, a Final Four since 2015, and a national championship since 2012, while their fellow Blue Bloods, aka Kansas, North Carolina, and Duke, have all made Final Fours and won national championships in that same time period. And if you look even more recent than that, aka the last 3 NCAA tournaments, Kentucky has gone no further than the round of 32. The most embarrassing of these 3 is in 2021 when Kentucky didn't even make the NCAA tournament at all. This is not the Kentucky standard. So what is going on? What is wrong with Kentucky? Well, to put it simple enough, nothing is exactly wrong. It's just a different mindset from head coach John Calipari, and I believe he's part of the problem is why they're not winning a national championship. Now, don't get me wrong. I think John Calipari is a good coach, so please don't take me out of context. Please don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that John Calipari is a bad coach by any sense of the definition. However, it is that John Calipari's recruiting mindset. If you look at Kentucky year in and year out, they always have some 5-star recruits, some McDonald's All-American type players who are only going to be there for 1 season and they're going to go to the league, which is good for the program. That's a good look for your future because you have these NBA prospects and really that does look good. But the downside of this is you don't get to build a solid program around players who play together for 2, 3, even 4 years. So there's no sense of unity around them and there's no sense of teammate chemistry. And for these one-and-done prospects that John Calipari specializes in, at the end of the day, they're still kids. We can dog them all we want. Say, oh, they had a bad game. They struggled tonight. They didn't lead the team. But these kids are 18 and 19 years old. So at the end of the day, they are going to make mistakes at some point. Those boneheaded mistakes are like, oh my gosh, why'd you do that? That's going to happen because they don't have the experience. They don't know what it's like at the highest level, aka the NCAA tournament. It is the reason that Kentucky has struggled in the tournament. It's because they're expecting these 18, 19-year-old kids to play at the same level as a 21, 22-year-old who's been to the NCAA tournament before. They might have a good regular season, but they might make mistakes in the NCAA tournament, and that's okay. Look at the best freshman in the country last season, Alabama's Brandon Miller. He struggled in the NCAA tournament. I mean, there's an argument to be made. The reason Alabama lost early is because they did not have the help from Brandon Miller. These teams that have won the national championships every year since 2016, every single team has not been, oh, that one-and-done team. All of them have built programs around players, and they stick around. The last team to be led by a true, one-and-done lineup is the 2015 Duke team. And even one of their starters, Quinn Cook, was a senior. And they had players off the bench that played for a while at Duke. But these one-and-done teams, like usually Gonzaga a lot of times has it. Right now, Kentucky is going through it. They have good regular seasons. Even this year's Kentucky team had a solid regular season. I mean, I watched them in the SEC tournament against Vanderbilt. I watched their warm-up. It looked different. Their warm-up just looked different because they are Kentucky. But then they get out in the court and they look like a bunch of kids that haven't played the game before. The reason they lost to Vanderbilt is because Vanderbilt is more experienced. Kentucky currently has the #1 recruiting class for 2023 with 4 5-star recruits. But will they win the national championship? Well, probably not. Because that is not Coach Calipari's interest. His interest is getting Kentucky players into the NBA, which is fine. I mean, Kentucky currently had, I think I saw it was 27 current Kentucky NBA players. That is awesome. That is more than any other school by far. And the amount of first-round picks they've had in the past 10 years is insane. But is Kentucky going to win a bunch of national championships? No, they're not, because that is not how their program is set up currently. It's fine, but it is not the mindset I would have. I would rather have national championships, but Coach Calipari would rather have the NBA players. Anyways, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please show by hitting the like button and subscribing for more content like this. It helps me out a ton, and it absolutely makes my day. And also, I just want to thank you guys so much for the support recently. It has meant so much to me. Comment down below, what do you think about the state of Kentucky basketball? I absolutely love hearing from you. Until next time, I want you to have an awesome day, and I'll see y'all later.